Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Wanted to drop a quick video, kind of joking around with some of you guys over in the Talkin VAWLS Facebook group. Somebody asked me my opinion on a Louisville wide receiver that's entered the transfer portal. Well, I don't always make a portal video just because somebody enters their name, especially when it comes to the wide receiver position, because I think Bru McCoy is a lock to Tennessee. Now, a lot of people, sometimes why do you make a video? What kind of drives Boogie to make certain videos? Well, part of it is newsworthy, if it's something that's trending or breaking in the news. But another reason is, you guys, if I see a regular comment, somebody asking something over and over and over, or on the Facebook group, if I see something repetition, and one of the biggest questions that I get asked is, what happened to Bru McCoy? Boogie, you acted like he was definitely coming to Tennessee. Where is Bru McCoy? So we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it. I still think Bru McCoy is coming to Tennessee, but we'll talk about the time frame on that. But as always, do me a favor, go ahead and smash that like button just below the video. It's quick, it's free, it's easy. It helps the channel. Also, if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts, we're not insiders. We are fans just like you. If you enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe, click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. So let's go ahead and get into this article. Let's talk a little bit about Bru McCoy. This is from 24/7 Sports a couple of days ago. It says USC football, Lincoln Riley reveals whether Trojans considered bringing Bru McCoy back. This is written by Kevin Flaherty. Let's just go ahead and jump into it, see what it says. USC football is in the building process under first-year Trojan head coach Lincoln Riley, and in a recent Zoom press conference with reporters, Riley said that the Trojans' build was not going to include former five-star prospect Bru McCoy. Now, let's kind of stop right there. Some of you may be asking, I'm new to the channel. I've not heard anything you've had to say about Bru McCoy. Well, Bru McCoy was a five-star athlete in the class of 2019. He was the #1 athlete in that class. He ended up at USC. He's 6'3", 220 pounds. Tennessee would be after him as an outside wide receiver, but he's had a very interesting career. We'll get into that in just a second. It says here, McCoy was suspended for the 2021 season. Riley was asked whether there were any conversations about bringing him back into the fold after the coach arrived from Oklahoma. He said, yeah, kind of was kept in the loop there as things played out, but as I understand it, I believe he's going to transfer. So when you read that quote, it's very clear that Lincoln Riley was okay. He was going to accept Bru McCoy back. However, it's understood Bru McCoy is on the way out. Now let's talk a little bit about Tennessee. It says here, McCoy traveled to Tennessee for a visit last week, with GoVols 24/7's Ryan Callahan reporting that sources said his current plan is to wait until he's finished with his spring semester classes at USC. That's the same narrative that I'm hearing over at Talkin VAWLS from Austin Price. He's basically been saying that Bru McCoy's not going to make a decision until the semester wraps up. Now, USC classes, their spring semester, last class is April 29th, and then they will take exams May the 4th through May the 11th. And when Austin Price over at VolQuest was asked just recently, he said it could be sometime between the end of this week all the way up until May. So it could be any time, but also, it makes sense for Bru McCoy, right? You're a student at USC. You're still attending classes. You're going to be attending classes throughout the end of the semester. Why would you go ahead and make that announcement? Then you're going to go to class, and the looks that you're going to get, the criticism that you're going to get, knowing that you're heading to Tennessee, which people can probably put two and two together. Goes on to say here that McCoy's 24/7 Sports crystal ball currently features 2 predictions on his future transfer destination, both for Tennessee. Says he was the top-ranked athlete, #9 overall player out of powerhouse Santa Ana Mater Dei, and he picked the Trojans at the 2019 All-American Bowl before enrolling at USC. That was just a start of his process. This is where it gets convoluted. He made that commitment to USC as he then left USC for Texas. Then he entered the transfer portal to go back to USC after the spring, citing homesickness, according to 24/7 Sports. Goes on to talk about how he missed his entire freshman season with an illness. And I don't know what that illness was, but then 2020, he played a shortened season because of COVID. He had 21 catches, 236 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And then before the 2021 season, McCoy was arrested for a felony domestic violence charge. This is, again, the LA district attorney declined to press charges. So what is that? Is it he said, she said? When people say, I don't want this troublemaker at Tennessee, no, there were no charges pressed. USC still suspended McCoy, and he did not play this past season. That's what I don't get. I don't understand how you don't press charges, but yet Bru McCoy did not get the opportunity to play football at USC. He entered the portal on January the 13th. When I look at this, again, all signs to me indicate he is on his way to Tennessee. Bru McCoy is on his way to Tennessee. It's just a matter of time frame. So when you guys ask, what happened to Bru McCoy? Where is Bru McCoy? When is Bru McCoy coming? It's just a matter of time, guys. And one of the questions asked as we were having the conversation over on the Facebook group was, Boogie, what would you look to add in the transfer portal? I wouldn't look for any other receiver. If you've got Bru McCoy, we're good to go. I feel very confident in the interviews that I've heard with Jalen Hyatt and with his coaching staff about what Hyatt has done in the offseason, how he understands the work that he has to put in, the weight that he's put on. Jalen Hyatt, I expect to be VAWLS Jones 2.0 in the slot position. We know what we've got on the outside. We know what we've got in Cedric Tillman. We are ready to roll with Cedric Tillman. Bru McCoy, on the other hand, is a question mark for me. I'm excited about his athletic potential. Again, coming out of high school, just an absolute stud in the class of 2019, but he had the issues with transferring to Texas, back to USC, the mysterious illness, played a limited COVID season, didn't get a whole lot of action, and then suspended last year. So we're talking about a guy that's played 3 years technically, and he's only been on the field for a handful of games during the COVID season. When you look at the scouting report coming out of high school, absolutely you get excited. You get ecstatic about what this guy can potentially bring to the table. He's got the athleticism. Is he dialed in? Is he focused? Now, he's got VAWLS Jones in his corner. Good friends with VAWLS Jones Jr. I think that is a big part of the process of how he ended up involved with Tennessee, is because VAWLS Jones Jr. So will a change of scenery do Bru McCoy good? Can he get dialed in? Can he focus? Can he concentrate on football? Because if he can, the sky's the limit. But also you have to ask, how much work has he put in? And I've seen the videos. I've seen videos out there on Twitter, on Instagram, all over the place of Bru McCoy putting in the work. But it's easy to go film yourself doing these workouts, routes on air, whatever you want to do. You can film it all day long. What are you doing when the camera's turned off? Is Bru McCoy dialed in and focused? But as far as the rest of the transfer portal, I think business is going to pick up over the next, couple of months. I think it's going to be a very busy summer for Tennessee football in the transfer portal. I think Bru McCoy is the wide receiver. Outside of that, the answer to the question is, I think Tennessee needs help at running back. And it's not a slight on Jabari Small or Jalen Wright or, Lenith Whitehead's getting positive reports. It's a matter of depth and health. Can Jabari Small stay healthy in the SEC? Obviously, they need help at offensive tackle. Just recently, Tyler Steen made the commitment to Alabama. That was a huge miss. I think he could have started for Tennessee. Had a lot of experience starting in the SEC at Vanderbilt. I know a lot of people said, "Oh, it's Vanderbilt, Boogie. We don't need Tyler Steen." Well, he's at Alabama now, so I think Alabama knows a little something about evaluating talent. So that was a miss on Tyler Steen. I think you've got to add somebody at offensive tackle. Then obviously all three levels of the defense, defensive backs, linebackers, defensive line, possibly an edge guy and an interior guy. It's going to be an exciting couple of months as we move into the summer to see what Tennessee adds. Hit that comment section. Let me know. You ready? Are you patient? Do you believe that Bru McCoy is coming to Tennessee? I think it's going to happen. It's just a matter of timetable as when when he wants to make that announcement. If you have not done so yet, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up on the way out the door. Also, go check out our merchandise. Go to bonfire.com/store/talkinvols. Any and all support greatly appreciated. You see at the top there the elite shirts. If you know, you know. If you are elite, rep that Talkin' Vols elite shirt. You can become elite by joining the channel. Hit that join button right beside subscribe. For as little as 99 cents or as much as $10 a month, you can make a contribution to this channel if you enjoy the content. We would greatly, greatly appreciate it. But that's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin' Vols Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.